Going live, and we're live. Hello. My name is Teacher Evelyn Joy, and welcome back to my channel. I am going live a little bit early, so I have no viewers right now. That's okay. Today, I'm officially 35 weeks pregnant. My phone is ringing. 1 second. Okay. I'm officially 35 weeks pregnant. I have a story. Boy, do I have some stories to tell you guys of 3 separate topics. And none of them are really, well, only the second one is VIPKID related. The first one is pregnancy related. The second one is VIPKID This Morning Adventures. And the third one is my new dieting cookbook. So we've got a lot to talk about. First of all, I want to say the adventure from last night. So last night, I got a headache, and I got a headache, and I was laying down, and I was realizing I should check my blood pressure because the nurse at my doctor's office mentioned that when you get high blood pressure, oftentimes it's accompanied by a headache. So I have 2 blood pressure cuffs. And so I checked my blood pressure with both of them. One of them, it was obvious it wasn't working right because it was showing super low numbers. And the other one was being consistent. So I went with that one. Then I double checked on Google because I'm like, I'm pretty sure those are high numbers even for me. And it's true. I was seeing 154 over 94 and 154 over 91. I did blood pressure on both arms. So I decided to take a low-dose aspirin. That helps with blood pressure. I decided to call my OB. It was after hours, so I called the nurse advice line to let them know. And I drank like 3 cups of water and tried to relax and waited. When I called the nurse advice line, they took my information and said that the doctor on call would call me back within 30 minutes. So I waited 40 minutes and then I called them back. They said, if they don't call within 30 minutes, call us back. So I called back, and as I was calling back, the doctor started calling me on the other line. So I said, oh, they're calling me, bye. So then I talked to the doctor, and I had taken my blood pressure again, and it had barely, the lower number had gone down a little bit. So now I was looking at 154 over 90. Now, a healthy high normal is like 140 over 80. So, it was looking high. So I was just really feeling like this is not good. You know, my headache was continuing. I was feeling like I'm going to check myself into the hospital. They're going to take my urine and blood samples and diagnose me with preeclampsia today. I just know it. You know, call it either mother's instincts or call it dread or just worry. I don't know. But I was just feeling like I would prefer to get checked in and get checked out and make sure everything's fine and it be nothing than not get checked in and have something happen, you know? But Caleb was reassuring me, kicking me all the time. I'm like, all right, he's alive in there. That's always good, right? So, if you don't know yet, when I was pregnant with Deborah, at 36 weeks of pregnancy, I was checking my blood pressure at home, seeing weird numbers, went into the hospital. They took blood and urine samples and checked my blood pressure and diagnosed me with preeclampsia right there, and ended up saying, you know, we need to have this C-section this week. So I was thinking, oh, how is this going to play out, right? Thinking that the same thing would happen. But no, when I got to the hospital, the first blood pressure they checked was 138 over 89, which is good. It's good for someone like me that has a tendency of having a little bit higher blood pressures. They took my blood sample and urine sample, and that obviously took a while. During that time, they monitored the baby's heart. He was being hilarious. What they do is they have this round thing that they have to strap to your stomach, and the baby was not happy about it. Caleb kept kicking that thing. He was mad. He was awake, and he was mad about the monitor. He kept kicking it. They kept having to move it. He was hilarious. So welcome, everyone. I have Amanda, Dani, Marianne, Beth, and Casey. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, so Caleb was cracking us up. His heart rate was beautiful, which was great. My blood pressure was looking good. You know, I had the blood pressure cuff on and they were checking it periodically. Like the machine would automatically do it every, I don't know if it was every 15 minutes, something like that. So then after a while, you know, they kept, first I was on my back and that was so painful. This baby's heavy, guys. My back was in so much pain. Then finally they were like, I think we're going to have you turn to your side so that we can get a better reading on the baby. I was like, thank you. Hallelujah. So by then the damage was done to my lower back. I was turned to my side. I was in so much pain, but I was like, you know what? Anything for this baby, right? So they kept checking my blood pressure. It kept looking good, you know, higher normal, but good. Especially, they said for someone who has a history of high blood pressure and throughout pregnancy you've had, you know, higher normal, that's your normal. So we're not concerned about these numbers. So finally, after like an hour and a half, I want to say, something like that, hour and a half, they got the results back. They had taken my blood pressure a total of like 5 different times by then. And each one was around the same amount. You know, the highest they saw was like 140, which is still good. And it was always 80s for the lower number. It wasn't like the 154 over 96, 94 that I saw at home. So that was great. You know, I don't know whether it's that my machine at home is not great because it's, you know, it's an at-home version. It's not a hospital version. Or I don't know if it's that the aspirin was taking effect or what. But I'd rather be safe than sorry. So happy that the baby was kicking and active and everything. Then they ended up telling me, hey, okay, we talked to your doctor on the phone. Well, the on-call doctor who works with my doctor. So the on-call doctor was Dr. Brown, who works with my doctor, I don't need to say my doctor's name, but you know, they decided that what they wanted to have me do is go ahead and go home with the discharge papers because everything was looking fine. But they said they wanted me to call in to the office first thing in the morning, have me come in. I don't have to see a doctor, but just see a nurse practitioner. And I'm going to get my blood pressure checked again. And I'm going to get 2 steroid shots in my rear. And that's just in case baby decides to come early because he's measuring, you know, 2 weeks ahead. And he's the size both my girls were when they were born. Because my girls were born at 37 weeks. I'm currently 35 weeks. And if I'm still measuring 2 weeks, if he's still measuring 2 weeks ahead, then he's over 6 pounds, which is awesome. So don't know if he is or not. They didn't do a sonogram, but if he's staying on track with where he was at, then that's awesome. So he's a good size, but what the steroid shot is for his lungs because the lungs aren't fully developed until 37 weeks unless they have like a steroid shot. So they're going to do the steroid shot just to make sure that he doesn't come early. Just to be careful. So I'm super satisfied with their care, with their looking out for me. They didn't treat me like I was dumb for coming in or anything. They were just like, they agreed with me, better safe than sorry. They would rather monitor me than have an issue, right? Because pregnancy. So I'm going to read what Dani said. Dani said, I went into labor 7 months in with Dixie because of stress. It was so painful. Had to get this shot to stop the contractions. Note, don't try to open and run a restaurant while pregnant. Stress is real. Oh my goodness. Got the same shot with my son after a car wreck. Not hurt, just super stressed. Make sure you keep relaxing, Evelyn. Yes. Both my kids stayed in 9 days after due date, though, and they were well done babies. Ha ha ha. All wrinkly. Okay, and Dani said they stink at measuring accurately. Yeah, that's true. Amanda said, I had preeclampsia with my first son. It is scary. I'm glad you got checked. Exactly. Preeclampsia is nothing to mess around with. It can quickly develop into, gestational hypertension can quickly turn into preeclampsia, which can quickly turn into eclampsia, which can turn into a life-threatening situation. So if I'm having high blood pressure, I would rather go to the hospital and get checked out and find out that everything's fine than not get checked out and have an emergency situation, So I'm glad I went in and got checked out. And I was just reminded again that I love this hospital. And I told them that the nurses there are so awesome and give you great care. When they let me stand up to get changed out of the hospital gown, my back was in debilitating pain. I could not walk. I had to stretch my back and take it really slow. I had to hold on to the wall in order to put my jeans on, guys. I had to lean against I was in so much pain, but the pain only lasted like 5 minutes, but it was because they had me laying on my back. And this heavy boy is doing a number on my pelvic bone. When I walk, I've got that pregnancy waddle because my pelvic bone feels like it's cracked in half. Obviously, it's not. It's just got a big, heavy baby on it. Whenever I drink, big cups of water or tea, I have to go to the bathroom like 2 times. So because there's a baby on my bladder. So yes, they may or may not be accurately measuring, but I know he's big in there because I can feel it. Also, my stomach is growing. There's the baby. So, anyway. So that's my story about Caleb. Praise God. He's alive and kicking in there. He's kicking me like crazy, reminding me that he's good, which I love. Love it. Keep it up. Might want to get out of my rib, though. It kind of hurts. I kept dropping props this morning. I felt so dumb. I kept having to bend down for props more than like ever before. Like, don't know what's going on with me. And my side, the ribs were hurting because Caleb's got like his foot in my ribs or something. Now it's a little bit better. So this morning I had an emergency situation with VIPKID. I got to my desk like I always do, 6 minutes before class, like I always do. Turn on the computer and it says, loading, 41 more minutes. What? I'm like, I don't have 41 minutes. I have 6 going on 5 minutes till class. So I tried hitting like restart button, escape, enter, anything, whatever. And the computer's like, 39 more minutes. I'm like, okay. So I ran downstairs for my iPad. I'm like, I hope I can find my iPad and be quiet enough not to wake my kids up. Get my iPad. Hopefully it has battery. Hopefully it's charged. At least some. Brought it up here. My husband was getting ready to go to work and he heard me go like, oh no, in my office. So he's like, what's going on? And I said, the computer is updating. It says it has 41 minutes. And he's like, oh, just cancel it. And I'm like, you have to help me with that. So he came up here and he's like trying to cancel it. Same thing. It didn't work. So I turned on the iPad like 1 minute till class. Luckily, this is a regular of mine. And so I got into the classroom, 24% battery on the iPad. And it turned out what my husband did just made the 41 minutes start over again. So it was back to 41 after it had gone down to 39. So anyway, this is a regular of mine. She's level 5. We have full English conversations and I've taught her a bazillion times. So we talk about everything. So I was like, oh my goodness, my computer wouldn't turn on. So I'm teaching you from the iPad. And she was like, teacher, I think you would look better if you put some makeup on. So I put some lipstick on and she was satisfied. I'm like, makeup was not on my priority list. Getting to the class and not getting a teacher no-show was on my priority list. So halfway through class, my computer had fully loaded. So it said 41 minutes, but it was really only like 15. So then once I got the classroom that got into the computer, I realized that if you're on the iPad logged into the classroom and you click on the classroom on the computer, it automatically logs you out of the iPad. So that's awesome. Perfect. Great. Because I didn't want to like click exit because I didn't know if that would make it look like I left because I wasn't trying to leave. I was just trying to switch over. So if you don't have a backup like an iPad or something, you might want to consider one. Just saying. This was my first time in 2 years of ever having this issue. So my husband explained to me that yesterday he was trying to update the computer and it didn't work successfully. So the computer decided to do it itself this morning when I turned on the computer. Thanks, computer. That's not how this works. Anyway, so that's how that goes. All right, the last thing is I'm going to read everything you guys said in the chat box, and then I'm going to show you guys this amazing book that I've already pretty much skimmed through. Read underlined some awesome notes, and I'm going to tell you guys about this book. Wow, Mary Ann, your girls were 9 pounds, 9 ounces, or 9.9 pounds and 9.5 pounds. My son Joshua was 1 ounce less than 9 pounds. But I think he came out 9 pounds because he pooped in the nurse's hand before they weighed him. So, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dani said doctors like to talk you into a C-section by telling you your baby's big. I don't like that because, yeah. Definitely, yeah. I agree with that. All of my C-sections were not related to the baby's size, though. All of mine were necessary, but I know you're not talking about that. Yeah. Esther and Deborah were both just under 7 pounds. They were 6 pounds, 11 ounces and 6 pounds, 13 ounces. And Joshua was, because they were both born at 37 weeks, Joshua was born 10 days past his due date. He was 8 pounds, 15 ounces. So, yeah. God made our bodies so amazing. Yay for the iPad save. So, yeah. Yes, it was updating, Dani. Evelyn, have him fix your computer to only update when you aren't using it. Okay, yeah, we need to figure that out. You can turn your updates off so that they only happen when you click on it to happen. That's how it has been. But my husband messed with it yesterday, was trying to get it to update, and he ended up making it an issue. So Teacher Kim said it was all his fault. LOL. Yeah. Teacher Candy said, did you go to the LP workshop? The lead LP did a workshop with secrets about bookings. Oh, Teacher Candy, you need to make your first YouTube video and tell us all the secrets you learned. I know that Morgan Brown went to that, so maybe she can tell us some secrets. She mentioned that there is going to be, we're going to be able to have a back and forth conversation messaging with the LP, possibly. Like if we, send a message to the LP, maybe they can send one back. So I'm hoping that always stays respectful between teachers and LPs, because we got to share the love, not spread the hate, right, guys? Anyway, Teacher Casey said Johnny was 7 pounds, 9 ounces, and Cetus, I'm probably saying his name wrong, I'm very sorry, was 6 pounds, 11 ounces. Very good. Amanda said, I tried, but it was taking so long. I left and fell asleep. Oh, going to the workshop? Yes, Candy, share your secrets, please. I don't want to go to work. I bought little water grow animals for all my students, though. Dixie helped wrap them all. Ah, for like a Christmas gift? That's so sweet. Okay. Oh, Sadie's, like Mercedes without the mer. Very good. Sadie's. Sorry for saying it wrong. I'm sure I'm not the first one ever, right? Okay. So I want to tell you guys about this book. I just got it yesterday, so obviously I'm not an expert, but I have pretty much read it almost cover to cover. So, well, read the chapters and looked through all of the amazing recipes. So what this is this is by Trim Healthy Mama. They have 2 cookbooks. This is the second cookbook. So I got this as a Black Friday deal. It's like probably normally $35. I got it for around $25. So I got it for a lot cheaper. Because I was thinking I want to buy this later anyway. I might as well get it while I have money and while it's Black Friday sale. Because I'm planning on doing this diet postpartum, but I might as well start now, right? Been looking at it. So I want to read you guys some of the notes that I underlined and show you guys the recipes and talk to you about this diet. So what this is, what I love about this is like a new lifestyle. It's not, they're not selling me prepackaged foods. They're not selling me like a video exercise program. It's just the book, you know. And these are by 2 different moms that they're Christian moms. They occasionally mention Bible verses in here. And they have so many recipes in here. There's 300 recipes. And they even have desserts in there. But they're healthy desserts. And so this is what it's called. It's by Trim Healthy Mama. That's what they call themselves. It's Trim Healthy Table. More than 300 all new healthy and delicious recipes from our homes to yours. From our homes to yours. So I wanted to read you guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. These are the 2 different moms that do this book, and these are their families. They have big families like our friend Cindy, right? So what this is, okay, without even knowing how exactly this diet was going to be, this is exactly what I'm looking for in a diet, because let me read it to you, okay? So it says, first, stabilize your blood sugar. I think this is something everybody needs to do. But the first goal of THM, which is Trim Healthy Mama, is to bring your blood sugar into a healthier balance. You will eat both carbs and fats on this plan, but you have to lose. You simply won't eat them together. So they have meals that have healthy carbs in them and meals that have healthy fats in them. So the no's. Goodbye sugar and white flour, which is actually sugar in your bloodstream. If you are an adult who needs to lose weight, then you will be parting ways with white potatoes for a while, since they tend to spike your blood sugar. So, sugar bondage. The scriptures tell us God's mercies are new every morning. So if you give yourself the same beautiful grace and the same clean slate, and we're certainly not saying stop eating sugar this instant and banish it from your home, that's a sure way to make you crave a candy bar. But slowly and surely you are going to break its hold over you. Defeat sugar's power. Start replacing destructive sweets with delicious, health-building, kind to your waistline alternatives. Sugar-free does not mean to use artificial sweeteners. This is super important to me. So, stevia is what they use. Pure stevia or blends of stevia are the sweeteners we use. Stevia is simply the sweet part of the leaves from the stevia plants, and it is not to be confused with artificial sweeteners. Monk fruit extract is another natural sweetener that is also plant friendly. So the reason I like this is because, over time, all these artificial sweeteners, it keeps coming out like connections with cancer and stuff. And so I don't even want to deal with artificial sweeteners. But if it's coming from a plant and it's plant-based, that sounds interesting to me. I'll look into it. Sweetheart, I'll be done in 5 minutes. Please don't come in. I have Christmas presents in here. I don't want you to see them. Okay, sweetheart, but let me finish what I'm doing right now, please. Thank you. Okay, so simple start recap 1. We're going to steady up your blood sugar. There are only 2 chief things we're saying no to: sugar and white flour. You're not divorcing white potatoes, just separating while you work out your differences. Fight chocolate with chocolate. So the S meals are satisfying meals. S stands for satisfying because this type of meal includes yummy fats. Your innate craving for fatty foods will not be denied. S meals always include protein, either lean or fatty, but also allow for other yummy fats such as oils, cheese, or butter. S meals are filling and delicious. Okay. Think steak, chicken, avocado, or creamy dressings on salads. Okay, sweetheart. Thank you. Trim Healthy Mama is not a number-centric plan. This is another thing that's important to me. We want you to start thinking of your food in terms of fuels rather than numbers. That's super important to me because the obsession with like the number on the scale or the obsession with like counting calories, those things overwhelm and stress me out, and I'm not trying to do that. I would rather change my whole lifestyle by like I think I need to cut out sugar and white flour more, and I need to learn how to cook healthy, because my issue is I never learned how to cook, and so all I know how to do is all the stuff that's not good for you, which is the pre-packaged, boxed, canned, whatever. So I love that this book is a cookbook. So it tells you how to eat, and then it tells you a bunch of options of things you can eat. So I love it. So E meals are energizing meals. And I also think it's awesome that they're not cutting out like protein and iron, because those are things that like your body needs. And also they have recipes in here that are for the whole family or just for yourself. So like for single women, or if it's just for your lunch or whatever, you can make just like a simple quick meal just for yourself, or you can make like a big meal for your family. So as you can see, I've already found like all my favorite recipes that I want to try. So Kim said, I'm listening and eating chips, not healthy at all. Yeah, that's like I was like sipping hot chocolate and reading about cutting out sugar, right? Very good. Yes. So yeah, this whole recipe book, I love that it involves the whole family, because a lot of times when you're doing like Slim for Life or like 21-day fix or doing, specific diet plans that are just for you, you're like still feeding your family whatever, and then you just have to make a separate meal for yourself. So I love that this is like made for mamas, and it has recipes for cooking for the whole family. And the whole point of this is taking care of my kids' mama and being a good example to them. So learning to cook better for them too, right? So doing it for them and me. So energizing meals. E stands for energizing because the type of meal features carbs to boost your energy levels. There are harmful carbs, sugar and white starches, and there are helpful carbs. Helpful carbs are the ones that are gentle on the rise of your blood sugar. On Trim Healthy Mama, you'll be eating only the helpful ones like fruit, sweet potatoes, beans, and whole grains. Energizing meals always include protein, only the lean kind, and don't contain a bunch of fat, only about a teaspoon. And you'll learn to create them in such tasty ways that you won't miss those fats. E meals are low-fat meals, not non-fat meals. A bit of fat is welcome. And I think that is so important too, because like there are these extreme diets out there that they say like no carbs at all, but your body does need a little bit of like healthy grains. Obviously not how much the American diet has, and obviously not all the starches and white flour and everything, but also a little bit of healthy fat helps your body absorb the vitamins and nutrients. So that's important too. But like learning to differentiate and learning how to cook meals that actually taste good. You know, I want to be a chef. I want to learn how to cook all these things. So I'm educating myself. In life, we always can learn more. And an area that I've always lacked in my life is cooking and eating healthy. And those are things that if I just continue down the path I'm going down, I'm going to shorten my own life. And I'm going to be a bad example to my kids and teach them the same things that I learned from my mom, which was a whole lot of nothing as far as cooking and eating healthy. So, never forget your protein. And this is so important. My body, I can tell from my body that when I have sugar, when I have too much sugar, I get migraines. That means like my blood sugar probably spiked, right? And when I have protein, it makes me feel better. So like having recipes that are better for me is going to help me feel better and be more energized. And I love that they're not taking away all the things from your diet that give you energy, like healthy fats, like, you know. So I like this, that it's not a lose weight quick diet. It's a lifestyle change, and educate yourself on learning to cook for your family and making better choices thing. So never forget your protein. If you need to lose weight, or even if you don't, protein is crucial. Protein is one of the chief tools of the Trim Healthy Mama, that brings your blood sugar into balance. Protein will anchor every meal you eat, whether it is an S or an E, which is satisfying or energizing. Don't worry. This is not a high protein eating plan where you'll have to be constantly count your protein grams and stuff your face with chicken breasts all day to get to your goal. This is a beautifully balanced protein approach. Again, so much smarter and so much better than a lot of diet plans that are out there. So simple recap tool is S foods. S meals focus on fats for fuel. E meals focus on carbs for fuel. Separate fats and carbs for weight loss. Make sure every meal contains protein. That will all start to sink in with time and practice. But if learning anything more today will make your head feel like it will explode, better to take a break at this point. Anyway, so yeah. I think that's all I want to read about, like the chapters about the diet. I want to show you guys some of these amazing things. So this one is this is called the queso chicken bake. That looks good. I'm just showing you guys my favorites. This one is an easy pizza casserole. Okay. This one is chicken enchilada stuffed spaghetti squash. Doesn't that look yummy? This one is taco cornbread bake. Doesn't that look good? Oh my goodness, this book makes me hungry. Award-winning chili pie. Gotta try that one, right? Got avocado in it and cheese. Ranch hand taco salad. Meatballs, rice, and gravy. My husband will love this one. My kids too, actually. Burger bombs. So I like this because this is taking the bread away, but it's still got the protein and the veggies. So that's all the good stuff you need from burgers, right? You don't need all that starch. Mama Mia meatloaf. My husband's been wanting me to make meatloaf. So that's a good one. flaky Parmesan tilapia. So a lot of people don't suggest tilapia because it's like maybe not that good for your health, but my family, we eat it because it's cheap fish. But something that's better for you is salmon. This is firecracker salmon. Chicken cakes. So I love that these are things that you're not starving yourself, you know. Scratch them up, chicken tenders. It's choosing healthier food choices and learning to cook. Cheesy breadsticks or pizza crust. So all of their bread are all gluten-free in this book. So it's healthier. Melissa's Amish broccoli salad. That looks interesting. I think I would like it and my kids, but my husband probably wouldn't. He's not into vegetables that much. Personal pan pizza. So this is in the side that's for easy meals for yourself. Those other ones were for like the whole family. And they also have desserts in here. So this one's actually under breakfast things. No bake breakfast cheesecakes. Those look super yummy. They've got different pancake recipes in here that look really yummy. So again, these are the healthier versions of these things. And I love that they don't make you cut out chocolate entirely. They said fight chocolate with chocolate, which makes it easier for me to do. Carrot cake bars sound good. Blueberry muffins with lemon glossing. Would love to make those with my kids rather than the prepackaged version we make right now. Magic salted caramel cupcakes. So I love that it has the list of ingredients and the instructions and the photo. I'm very visual. Payoff day brownies. That looks really yummy. Lemon cream pie. Obviously, I'm in the dessert section right now. But these are the healthier versions of the recipes, right? Strawberries and cream pie. 1 minute yogurt bowl. That looks really good. Should definitely do that. And here's the last one that I marked is lemon blueberry cheesecake shake. So anyway, also in each chapter, they have before and after pictures of women who have done this diet, talking about their testimonials as well at the beginning of each chapter, and it's super cool. So anyway, let me read what you guys are saying. Kim T said, my mom makes a yummy broccoli salad that looks like that. Very good. If you want to eat healthy bread, eat Ezekiel bread. Oh, good to know. Chia seeds, superfood, healthy fats, protein goes with so much. Very good. Quinoa is like rice, but protein. Oh, that's great. Kim said fish. Yuck. Yeah, the only reason I marked those is because my husband, I only marked 2 of them. My husband loves fish because he's from Ecuador. And Ecuador, he's from Guayaquil, which is on the coast. So fish is a staple there. But he doesn't really like how fish is cooked here because it's not fresh from the coast, right? It's in Kansas, far from the coast. Anyway, Walmart has frozen my that is yummy whitefish. Oh, good to know. Chicken cakes. Yeah, my is delicious. Yep. So anyway, I'm going to be making recipe videos of me trying out these recipes. So those will be on my channel in the future. I love I love that I already marked them because a lot of times for me, I feel so overwhelmed and frustrated in the kitchen. The kitchen was a source of abuse in my home. So for a long time as an adult, I felt like there was a force field around the kitchen. Like I wasn't allowed in there. I wasn't allowed to touch anything because my mom had unpredictable rage. And if I, even as an adult, as a child or as an adult, I have some memories blocked out, but some of them not. If I just opened a package of crackers or a package of cheese and tried to like make something for myself, my mom would get hysterically angry with me, irrationally so. And so not only do I not know what to do in the kitchen, but I feared the kitchen. And so as an adult, part of liberating myself, sorry guys, from my childhood is growing in that area, which is the kitchen. Sorry. So learning to cook is a part of that. And sorry, I'm not trying to cry. It's just a lot of the trauma in my childhood happened in the kitchen because I was always in trouble for eating. Sorry. So it's important for me to learn about diet and cooking. I'm not trying to have this. I was trying to share the truth without getting upset. Sorry. So I want to teach my kids to cook and teach my kids to eat healthy. I don't want to just give them whatever. I don't want to just give them prepackaged, pre-frozen, whatever, heated up chemicals. I want to learn how to cook, but sorry. I did not mean to cry on this video. This is supposed to be a happy video. But so in being a good mom, I need to grow up in the area of the kitchen and learn to do stuff I like. Awful, sorry. So no better time like the present. I'm armed with resources, and I love that I can read from fellow moms and learn their secrets. Sorry, I'm not trying to do this. Sorry. So I have over the years learned how to cook and move on from my trauma, but not trying to. Sorry. This is a part of my healing process, is learning what to do in the kitchen. Sorry. And so we're going to turn a negative into a positive. Sorry. And this book and the recipes that I've marked are going to become meals for my family and for myself. And they're going to become helpful videos on YouTube to help other mamas that don't know what the heck they're doing in the kitchen too, you know? So, sorry. Taking back ownership of the kitchen. Learning how to teach my kids things that I was never taught. I was taught I wasn't allowed in the kitchen. I couldn't touch anything or eat anything. And I'm going to teach my kids to eat healthy and make good choices and have fun in the kitchen. We're going to figure it out together. And this book is going to help. Sorry. So this is the diet plan I'm going with because it sounds like it's got a lot of good ideas in it, and they're not trying to sell me a whole program. They sold me the book and that's it. And so yeah. Did not intend on opening up that much on this video, but it's just a little bit of explanation. Obviously, I'm pregnant too, so hormones. But the kitchen is just the most difficult room in the house for me because of my childhood, and that I just never felt like I could ever do anything right in the kitchen. My mom never cooked except for Thanksgiving, and we were left to fend for ourselves, but then also got in trouble for fending for ourselves. So I, at 15 got my own job and bought my own food because that way I couldn't be told like what I could and couldn't eat, and anyway, I wasn't beaten or anything like that. I was just screamed at for like 2 hours straight over one simple package of cheese or one simple package of crackers, and sometimes that can be more traumatic than getting hit. I don't know. But I'm trying to do healthier things for my kids and not be like that. Do I raise my voice at my kids? Do I sometimes cuss? Yeah. Do I get frustrated? Do I run out of patience? Yeah. But I recognize it when it happens, and I remove myself from the situation, and I apologize, and I right the wrongs, I don't allow myself to just go on and on irrationally at my kids like my mom would do. And again, my mom did the best that she could with what she could, what she had. She had some sort of a bunch of mental problems going on, so it wasn't all her fault, but I can choose to be different than that. I can choose not to continue that cycle. And part of that is growing up in the kitchen, learning how to shop healthy, cook healthy, and I mean, buying myself a cookbook from Christian women that know what they're doing in the kitchen and learning their secrets. And they have 2 of these cookbooks, and both of them have 300 recipes in it. So after I learn these recipes, I might buy the other cookbook and mark another 20 or so recipes that I like. And my kids can have a different experience. The nice thing about becoming a mom is it's actually a healing experience having my kids have a better childhood than I had. And my husband feels the same way. Both of us, our kids, maybe everything's not perfect for them, but it's a whole lot better than either of their parents had it as a childhood. So anyway, hey, Laura. Laura just pops in and she's like, what the heck is wrong with Evelyn? Why is she crying? So I'm pregnant. Anyway. But yeah, hey, Laura. One thing Laura mentioned in one of my lives that I didn't read out loud, but I saw it. She said that losing weight is like 90% diet, 10% exercise. And I mean, I believe it. That sounds sensical to me. But, so I'm planning on, as I recover from the cesarean and tubal ligation that I'm going to have and everything, I'm going to be focusing in on diet and exercise and making better choices. And I'm not going to focus on the number on the scale, but I might check it occasionally. For me, I prefer to focus on numbers that change. I don't like counting calories. I already know that about myself. I prefer to, because I don't think I'm an overeater. It's just the eating choices are wrong. Like I'm choosing sugars and starches and fast foods and processed foods because that's what's easy. But I want to choose to redirect that and learn how to cook healthier and make better choices. I don't think that I need to focus on calorie counting at this point. I think I need to focus on healing my abilities to cook and my abilities to know I need to retrain and teach myself how to shop for the healthy things and educate myself on that. And then further down the line, if I get more intense on wanting to lose a certain amount of pounds or whatever, and I feel more energized to focus on counting calories or whatever, then I would focus on that. But I want to baby steps, right? First, I want to focus on just learning some new recipes and getting moving and healthy. Anyway, welcome, Kim. Oh, I'm sorry that your daughter's sick. That's so sad. Anyway. Yes. I'm going to read what you guys are saying. Yes. Thank you. Teacher Candy said, you are not your mama. Both my parents came from dads who were alcoholics. Both of them said their kids will never see them drunk, and we never did. You don't have to follow the pattern. Exactly. Laura said, that has been for me. Exercise is great for mobility, strength, flexibility, and barely moves the scale. I also had 3 C-sections, so I understand that awful recovery too. So yeah, Kim said her daughter's feeling better. You have to make what I call the click. When you realize you have a problem with food addictions and you have to be free of it, realize you aren't alone. You're a child of God. Yeah. And like it says in here, breaking the addiction to sugar or, what I'm trying to do is change whole lifelong patterns, change whole direction. I'm not trying to do lose weight quick diet or I lost 50 pounds in 3 weeks diet, or I don't even want to focus on the number on the scale. Just like that's kind of a happy byproduct. But I want to take better care of my body. I'm going to be breastfeeding. So obviously, like, I can't do a diet that doesn't allow any healthy fats or doesn't allow any healthy carbs, because those are things that need to be in the breast milk. And also my body needs them. So I like this a lot, this book. And you know what? Probably at some point I'm going to buy the other. They have 2 of these cookbooks and they both have, since I love this so much, I'm probably going to buy the other one. So I love that these are genuine women that cook for their families and for themselves and just genuinely want to help other women. They're not trying to sell a whole diet and exercise plan. They're not trying to sell prepackaged processed foods. They're not trying to, say, sign up for our 30-day trial and then you have to pay this amount per month or anything. It's just a book. It's just a book by a couple of moms that have tried and true recipes that they make for their own families. It's like, I don't know these women, but it's like they're my friends and they gave me a book of all their secrets. And this is for me, this is what I needed. So I really think I might get the other one too, just to have more recipes and more information. But I really think that this book is going to be a catalyst for change for me. And I'm also going to be looking into joining probably the YMCA, because my problem I had when I joined the gym last time is I joined a gym that didn't allow children and I didn't have childcare for my kids, so I couldn't always go. But places like the YMCA, like, they have childcare, so it can't be an excuse of I don't have anybody to watch my kids and I can't exercise. So I want to join a gym that has childcare so that I can't make that excuse of like, oh, nobody can watch my kids, or like, it killed me paying $50 a month to be in a gym that I really wanted to go exercise, but it was like way super far away, a lot of gas to get over there. And I really enjoyed exercising, but I didn't have anybody to watch my kids. I hate that feeling, that trapped feeling of I'm paying $50 a month for something I want to do, but I'm not able to do. You know what I mean? So I decided this time around I'm going to be smarter, join a YMCA and that has childcare, so that, and there's one nearby, so that it's not that much gas. I can go more frequently that way. And that way I can bring my kids with me. I can exercise and maybe get a personal trainer there. I don't know exactly, but I'm just looking forward to opportunities in the future. So I want to take care of myself for myself and my kids. Good job, Joshie. Anyway, I've been talking for 55 minutes. So thank you guys for listening to me. Very good. Very good. Exactly. Thank you, Candy. Anyway. Thank you guys for coming to my live. I'm going to end in prayer if that's okay with you guys. I just want to pray a blessing over you guys. Lord, I have friends that are watching this, and I just pray that you would bless their lives. I don't know if I've said something that maybe encouraged them today, but I hope that you would bring encouragement to them. Lord, the holidays can be really tough for some people, and I just pray that you would help this time be an encouragement to all these teacher and mom friends that are watching, and I just pray that you would bless them, Lord. And thank you for this awesome new book, and help me to make better decisions with what I eat. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Thank you, guys. Love you. Mwah. Love you guys. Take care.